Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a question that seems so innocent. It's one we've all probably asked or at least thought about. But what if that simple little question is actually pushing away the very thing you're looking for? The source material we're looking at today suggests there's something much deeper going on. Let's dive in.
Do you love me? You know the one, right? It just kind of hangs there in the air. It feels like you're asking for a little reassurance. But we're about to explore a pretty radical idea. That question isn't really for your partner at all. It's actually a message you're sending to yourself, and it's revealing a lot more than you think.
So here's the game plan. First, we're going to look at why we even ask this question in the first place. Then, we'll diagnose what's called a symptom of thirst that it reveals. After that, we'll get into the unspoken and kinda harsh truth about how it all backfires. And then, the good part, we'll lay out the path of fulfillment and finally, get to a love that doesn't even need words. Okay, first things first, let's get something straight. Wanting reassurance is totally human. We all want to feel safe and loved in our relationships. So on the surface, asking, "Do you love me?" seems pretty normal. But the analysis we're digging into today, well, it challenges us to look way deeper. And here is the big twist. What if, when this question becomes a constant, like a broken record, it stops being about their feelings for you? What if it's really a symptom of a deep, profound emptiness inside of you? So, if it's not about love, then what in the world is it about? Well, it's described as a symptom. Think of it like a fever. It's a sign of a deep, inner hunger and thirst. It's a signal that the real problem isn't in the relationship, it's within yourself. This whole act of constantly needing to confirm love, as it's called, is seen as a direct result of neglecting your own growth. This thirst, this desperate need for validation, only shows up when you haven't done your own work, when you haven't built your own skills or your own sense of purpose. It's a mirror reflecting your inner state, not their lack of love. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It's all about opportunity cost, right? Every single moment you spend pleading for reassurance is a moment you're not spending on your own growth. You're so focused on getting something from the outside that you're wasting the precious time you could be using to build yourself up from the inside. All right, this is where things get brutally honest. Because this habit of asking, it doesn't just stall your own growth. It actively poisons the relationship. It kicks off this vicious cycle that almost always leads to disaster. So check this out. This is the massive paradox at the center of it all. You think you're asking for confirmation to bring you closer, but what's actually happening? You're shoving them away. And the source is totally unflinching here. When you have to ask, the "I love you" you get back isn't genuine. It's a performance. It's just a line to make the asking stop. And language used here is, wow, it's intense. What started as a sweet question slowly morphs into something ugly. To your partner, this constant needy question starts to sound, and I'm quoting here, like a demon's voice. It becomes grating, unbearable, and yeah, even a little creepy. And this leads down a pretty predictable and honestly heartbreaking path. It happens in 4 stages. Step 1, you keep asking. Step 2, they start lying just to keep the peace, but mentally they're already looking for the exit. Step 3, your neediness just becomes this suffocating weight they can't stand. And finally, step 4, the source claims they're basically just sticking around until a better option comes along. The second it does, they're out. Okay, I know. That was heavy. But that diagnosis is not a death sentence. In fact, our source offers a really clear, actionable antidote. And here's the kicker. It has absolutely nothing to do with your partner. It's about a radical shift in focus, right back onto yourself. This right here is the core prescription. Stop clinging. Stop asking. Instead, you need to take all of that anxious clinging energy and reinvest it directly into yourself. Build your skills, build your knowledge, build your own damn world. And we're not talking about some vague, go find yourself advice. No, the source gives super practical, down-to-earth examples. Start with the basics. Wash the dishes. Get your space in order. Then, instead of moping, sit down at your computer. But don't just scroll. Use it to grow. Learn about world economics. Read the news. And I mean really read it, the in-depth analysis. The point is to build tangible skills and become a person of substance. So what happens when you actually make this shift, when you stop begging for a drink of water and instead dig your own well? The entire dynamic of your life, and yeah, your relationships, it just completely transforms. The principle is actually really simple. Value attracts value. When you are a capable, knowledgeable, and self-sufficient person, you become a magnet for good things. Opportunities start finding you. And yes, a healthy, genuine love finds you too. Not because you demanded it, but because you've become someone who naturally attracts it. And this is the ultimate payoff. It's the beautiful, peaceful end to the whole struggle. When love is real, when it's built on a foundation of two whole, fulfilled people, it doesn't need constant check-ins. It's a silent understanding. It's a certainty you can just feel. You'll look them in the eyes and you'll just know. So we'll end with this one question for you to just kind of mull over because it really wraps all this up. Are you asking for love or are you building it? The path to a secure, real love isn't found by demanding it from someone else, but by building a life so full that love becomes its natural, unspoken consequence.